What is going on, guys? This is Leehugh here, and today I'm going to be talking about Genshin Impact, a new free-to-play mobile, PC, and PS4 game by Leehugh, which is a Chinese game development studio who's made other games such as Honkai Impact in the past. And now, before we start off, there's one thing I need to get out of the way. This game is not a Breath of the Wild clone. It is so much more. Yes, it takes inspiration from Breath of the Wild. You have the climbing, stamina mechanics, the air gliding, all of that. And as someone who's played a lot of Breath of the Wild, this game feels completely different. It is completely its own thing. It has similarities, but it really stands out and establishes its own identity as a game. Now that that's out of the way, let's start off and actually talk about this game, shall we? So the first thing I want to talk about is the characters. And now let me say, there are so many waifus and husbandos in this game. It is unbelievable. So as you can see here, I have Keqing, which I rerolled for. It took me about 6 rerolls to get a 5-star, and I just kind of went with the first one, and I absolutely love her. But you don't have to have a 5-star to be good at this game. The 4 stars are absolutely very viable. Most of the characters in the game actually could be used depending on the circumstance. You don't need a 5-star to be useful in this game. You can play this game just fine. All 4 stars, free to play all the way, and you'll do just fine, right? So that's I wouldn't call this game pay to win, even though the gacha is a huge element. Since this is single player, you can play co-op with friends a little bit. I wouldn't call it play to win, because you could still do whatever you want. You could do all the story, everything just fine. But the designs are also incredible, right? So all the characters look really unique and different. They all have their own personalities, their own backstories, their own identities. I'd say most of the characters in this game could make great waifus, honestly. I think they're all pretty great. And also the voice acting. One thing I will say, I would honestly just go right away, just switch the game to Japanese voice acting right off the bat. I started in English. It was kind of hard for me. The voice acting is not bad in English, but the Japanese voice acting, they have a lot of famous talent in this game. So, for example, they have the character Leehugh, right? He's voiced by the person who voices Giorno Giovanna in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and if that's not awesome, I don't know what is. There's so many famous voice actors in this game. In the Japanese version, it is insane. I'm sure it's the same for the other languages, but I've just been playing in Japanese, so that is my experience with the game. And another thing about this game, if you if I just stop right here, right? Just stop, just look at this. Look how beautiful this game is. This free game, this free mobile gacha game has no right to be how beautiful it is. I don't know what else to say. The sunsets are just gorgeous. There's so many screenshot-worthy moments. There's that castle up in the sky, all the details. There's a lot of world building too in this game, all this lore. I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. Most of my game time has been spent in this northern half of the map, in Mondstadt, which is a German kind of themed European, fantasy area. And the next area, which is where I'm headed to soon, is Leehugh, which is very Chinese inspired, which makes sense because it's a Chinese game. And I've been here a little bit. It is also is gorgeous as well. Both areas are very, very beautiful. But Mondstadt is great. I love this area. It is amazing. And the last thing I think I need to touch on, of course, is the rates, right? This is a gacha game, so of course there are going to be rates. Every 10 pulls, you are guaranteed a 4-star, and there is a pity for every 90 pulls, you are guaranteed a 5-star. 5 stars have a 0.6% chance of dropping, which is, yes, it's a low number, and it's hard to get a 5-star. But the one good thing is that you don't need a 5-star again. You really don't need it. Like, I just have one 5-star, and I'm doing fine. I know people who don't have any 5-stars, and they're playing the game and having a blast, so it's not necessary. But, in my opinion, it does help. So, my advice is if you're just starting the game, reroll. Just reroll a couple times. You don't have to, go days or weeks with rerolling. It doesn't matter which 5-star you get. Just maybe try to get one. It took me 6 rerolls, and I'd say it's worth it. I got Keqing again. She's awesome. I love her. But, yeah. Besides that, that is all for today. Thank you guys for watching. Leehugh out. Peace and booyah.